Hey, today we're going to be looking at making a liquid wood panel in Vectric Aspire. It's pretty easy to do this. The techniques are straightforward. I want to take you through them, and pretty quickly you're going to be able to design these types of panels. Here's the one from the picture. This one was colored and has some epoxy put into it. Could be, decorative wall panel, make a nice box. Here's a smaller one, right? Now this one's not colored or anything, but you can make somebody a cool like jewelry box, wall art, doors. Let's get started. Let me show you some of these cool, simple techniques. Now I kind of already have this pre-set up, so I'm going to do 24 by 24 by 2 inches thick. So you definitely want this to be a little bit thicker when you're working it. We're going to go to square. And we'll do the same thing with modeling, create shape. Now this one I'm going to do a lot quicker. 3D view, go to swirl, and I'm going to take this and open this up. This is the, we want to do the remove tool. So I take that and I strength a little less than halfway because we don't want to go through the board. And I'm just going to take this, do some nice little like wavy swirls like that, like this, like this. Go to my smudge tool. I'm going to blow this up, go to strength, and I'm just going to swirl and swirl and swirl. Kind of just mush this around a little bit here. Lower the strength a little bit. And then it's a little bit, you could soften stuff up, you could pull stuff around, but you really just want to play with this brush and the dynamics of it. Then as soon as you got something that looks good, if you want to soften it, you could open this up and just kind of go like this, or you could take the smooth brush and smooth it out. There's a few different ways you could smooth out, but once you have something now that looks a little bit more less like water, more like cloth. So let's see, I'll take that smudge tool and let me just kick up that strength just to get some harder swirls. All right, try to make sure there's no hard lines. So I'm just taking this, I'm kind of getting rid of that, and the swirl looks pretty cool, but I'll pull it back out. If I want to get it back out to the board, I could do that, or I could pull it in, shrink this, right, to make some finer stuff going on down here. It's a good idea to do one corner a little bit different, because when we go to mirror it, it'll give you a little bit of let's just look at this. There we go. It's like a little bit of a liquid flow. This is a little bit harsh here, so let me soften that up. Maybe just open that up a little bit. Whoop. All right, good. So we'll take that. We'll hit OK. We are going to zip that down right about there. When you have your component, make sure that it's selected to that. The other ones here, you'll see hard lines, is just because that was not selected. This is to make merge highest points with previous components, so that when two of these touch each other, they kind of they blend into each other. That's exactly what we want. So I'm going to hit, let's go back to 3D view, snap this up, and I'm just going to mirror. Here we go. And I'm going to take this and bump it back over. Maybe one more time. You can kind of play with where that is. And you'll see, like, if you take it, you could create, like, that's pretty busy, but you could move it around to create, another panel. But let me undo that. And we'll see. All right, that looks pretty cool. And then, let's see, I'll take that again, and I'm going to move it to the top. All right, we'll bump that down. Bump, bump. It's combined. Maybe I want to close that. Oh, you could brush that in a little bit later. Let's see. And we'll do one to the left. All right, bump that in. Let's see, that looks, you can really see that line. So I think what I'll do is, remember, when you zoom in on this side, the more you zoom in, Just remember that little trick. The finer the move will be. If I zoom out, look how big that is. That's huge. All right, but if I come in, I can now really fine tune where this piece is going to be so that we don't see a gap there. Let's see. All right, so that's all looking pretty cool. Before I go in and touch this up though, let's see what kind of other panels we could get out of this, right? So if I go back to this view, now I'm going to take all 4 of these and I'll just shrink them down a little bit for now. And let's just make sure nothing went off. There we go. And I think I'm going to do this one panel instead of doing all 4 because I want to show you guys this. If I go to mirror and I go right, you could see that this shape here is different than this shape here, so this will give me a different panel. Now the panel that I had was kind of like a 2-piece panel, like these 2 blocks, but you could do a 4 or just create your shape. I mean, create it in a triangle if you want. All right, and then go up. Now they're not touching, but now you can see this little design here. This is a little bit different than those, so you can get quite a few different panels out of this. And if I just, let me just throw it around again. All right, now I should have just brought them in so it looked a little bit nicer. So, and see, this is why I should have done it one at a time as I went. Okay, that looks good. All right, there we go. And now you can grab any set of panels you want to make your project. I think it's pretty much it. Now anything, now once you have something you like, let's pick something here, right? Let's see, I see it like kind of like a defect in this one. So let's just pick these 2. All right, let's say this is the panel we decided we're going to make. All right, but we see some defects in there. So now what you could do is you could just take, select these together. To make them as one piece, you could easily just do create component from visible model. All right, so now this is one piece. Now that it's one piece, I'll just take my brush and I could take my smooth brush, right, and start with a lower power, and I'll just see that gone. All right, that it's gone, and of course you get you could see how that is. You could cut the edges if you want them to be straight, but that pretty much wraps it up, guys and girls, or whoever's watching. So let me know if you have any questions, anything else you want to see, and we'll just maybe I'll make another one of these videos. Take care. Okay, so in this demonstration here, I'm going to show how putting 4 distinct patterns into each corner will yield a much busier mirror. You could easily change the amount of effect it creates by depending on what you put in. So for example, you could just do one corner slightly different, and then when you do your mirrors, it'll have a desired effect, versus if you do 2, you'll get a different effect from that. But you'll see as I put this one together how busy the panel becomes once this is mirrored. You can see right there there's a lot going on. So depending on the desired effect you want to get, you can just remember those corners are going to give you some pretty cool effects. Well, that about wraps it up for here. Take care.